Gabriel voted as the coolest person in chat. That was fun. Mod here. What's up, Victor? The best mod on the planet. Bum, 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 bum. All right, time to roll it. Bum, 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 bum. Guys, that buy one get one. By the way, if you guys ever hear, like you're on My Funded Futures or whatever, and they have other deals, you guys can use our code for their deals. By the way, Rocket Scooter code gets you the same deal. Pull up ES. Yeah, so let me show you real quick. Let me just jump right in here. Hold on one second. What you'll see is on the screen, if you open up the bottom chevron and bring up the bottom panel, if you click on this RI/DD at the bottom left of the screen, let me share it with you. Let me raise this up a little bit. If you come down here, it'll give you the futures list and all the ticker names to go with it. So for ES, if I go in here and click U25 to have the U25 contract, it'll actually generate the code for you, F.US at EPU25. Then you can take that and add it to your watch list, which is WL off to the side over here, right? WL, you see this? Then I just type it in at the top, just one time. I add it to the watch list. And then you can type in your symbol there and save it. And then you just have your watch list and just click on it. You only got to do it one time. Makes it really nice to flip between them. And we're back. Biggest and best afternoon stream on the planet. It's been a nice day. Like I said, I didn't really, I kind of just added everything in my head. I think I'm up 12,500 today on the Tradeifys and Funded Nexus together. I can't complain. Rock solid today. You sold the DD bands, you're sad? Oh. I mean, that's a smart thing to do. Technically, there is no trade plan outside of this other than just to hold on for dear life. We don't really have anything nearby to trade off of. So, kind of like, not much to do from here. Move this over here. So kind of cool. Yeah, so the rest of the day is pretty solid. What I like to normally do is wait for a tap on that band to take a long off of. And I think we kind of got it with the S&P. It's about as good as it's going to be. But this close to close, I'll tell you guys, what I normally wait is for the market to try to flush. Maybe retrace half of this move and then try to take a long higher than this. We know that we do have some supports. I'll use the S&P as an example. If white resilience is greater than 0, which it is, then the upper open price is support. Also, half gap is support. Worst case scenario, if the market does decide to like flush out, which it probably won't, I will always long here to bring it back up. So what really happens today, in today's particular session, if I were to guess, the market will stay inside of here, maybe slightly higher. But with just the VIX decaying like it is, there's really no downside to this. There's nobody moving. People are gobbling up stocks. The market's breaking out in a short squeeze. Monthly maps are nice and clean for the next 3 months. We have bullishness until September, right? You guys know how to read the monthly maps. We're in a clean bull zone all the way through September. The bull side is getting stronger. Right when it slopes down, it means it's getting stronger. You have more bulls and more calls in the money over time. The bear side sloping down is the bear side getting weaker, which means fewer puts. The market also has almost no volatility built in right now. And only slight volatility around like Fed days and earnings and stuff. We got earnings season coming up. But this is a rock solid bull market. The way the structure is, the painting that you see in front of you is very bullish. Very bullish, which is good. What are my thoughts on PM session? The market's just going to close and maintain its height where it is now. No reason to sell off. There's no news that's going to happen unless Trump drops a tariff-related bombshell. No pun intended with the bombings going on, or what that was going on. Probably going to be a stable, clean close that is going to maintain this trajectory and stay probably here. Nice and tight. No selling, no sell-off, nothing. Pretty common days like this. So the goal is with my funded, after you pass one, you get one. If you fail, you get the one that you pass. Gives you, when you buy one, you pass it, you get a second one. It's your backup that you can use, however you want to use it. Pass it or use it as a backup. Levi says, touching on what I talked about earlier in the stream, futures like ES is their own independent order book. What force is actually moving price towards index? Great question. That's the big thing a lot of people don't understand. That's a great question because there's not a lot of resources on it. So allow me to tell you the best of my knowledge what's actually going on. The Globex is a giant machine that is, you know what the bid and ask is, right, Levi? That's a great question. I loved your asking it because it's a highly technical question that there is no evidence out there that directly supports anything, but everyone I've talked to and everyone in the industry and all the papers and stuff I've read point to this. A market maker is somebody that must quote the bid and the ask price simultaneously. How market making works is you sign up with the exchange and say, hey, I want to be a market maker. And they go, okay. And your job is you must quote the bid and ask at the same time with a limit order. You and I can put a limit order wherever we want, right? I can go in there and put a limit order to buy at the bid. A market maker must do the following. They have to submit a different kind of order, which is a tandem order. It has a price to buy, a price and an amount, and then price and amount to sell. They put in both sides. You must quote both sides simultaneously. And market makers can quote wherever they want within a certain distance from the bid and offer to qualify for the maker-taker fee. What is that? Well, if a market maker's orders are here and here, let's just say the word 100 here and 100 here, okay? Bank is just bidding and ask and the bid and ask same time. If you and I are selling market orders and I sell into his bid and pay an exchange fee, a portion of that exchange fee gets sent to the market maker. Thank you for filling the order and taking liquidity. So far, so good, right? So it's not market maker algos. It's another step. Market makers can quote the bid and ask, but what we believe and what the evidence shows is market makers can only collect that fee if they are not betting too high in the ask and not betting too low on the bid. They can't quote zero and infinity and still do their job. The exchange requires their orders to stay within a certain distance of the best bid and ask at all given time. So their orders must stay within a range of the bid and ask. So dealers must provide liquidity nearby. You're not really becoming a market maker if you're quoting 5,000 S&P. You're never going to be providing liquidity. So to get your fees, what we believe is that the fees again, the rules aren't published, but they're required to be within a certain distance of bid and ask. So the real question is, who sets the bid and ask? And the answer is the Globex does. The Globex is setting the bid and ask to track the spot price. If the spot price goes up, the Globex will say the bid must be above, or must be below this number, and the ask must be above this number. And the market makers are having to line up behind those numbers at all times. The Globex is setting the best bid and offer. The way that you know that this is true is because NASDAQ always seems to have a space or two between the bid and offer. This is a mechanic of the mathematics of trying to track something with tick sizes that aren't correct. The fact that NASDAQ is able to span multiple ticks between the bid and ask, it means that the NASDAQ tick size is too small. It needs to span $1 to actively track the step changes of the underlying. The underlying moves up. NASDAQ is trying to guess what price it needs to be, but because the ticks are the way that they are, the NASDAQ can only guess a price to buy and sell that always has a space between the bid and the offer. The fact that there's always a space between the bid and offer, it's never one tick, is proof that there's an algorithm pricing both sides of it. Does that make sense, Levi? If this was just natural market maker, you would see that they would just fill in the gap. The fact that there's always a gap between bid and offer of like 1 or 2 ticks, it's a mechanic of a tracking algorithm that can't seem to identify that denomination. It's like if you were trying to buy something that's $2.87, right? And all you had were quarters to buy that thing. Well, then you can only work with something that is either $2.75 or $3 even, right? You can't exactly get exact number that you want to because the denomination of what you're holding is too big for the actual price. So the denomination is the tick size. So the idea that the tick size denomination problem of the NASDAQ that actually ticks much smaller than this tick size causes there to almost always be a space between the bid and ask. And the fact that there's always a space in the NASDAQ is proof that an algorithm controls the lead bid and the lead offer price. Mathematics. If this was the amalgamation of humans doing random shit, you would close in that gap due to arbitrage. The reason there is a gap that can't be filled is because the algorithm is setting that gap there as a product of this example that I showed. You're trying to buy something for 87 cents, but all you have is quarters to trade with. Does this make sense, everybody? So this is how I deduced that the Globex is controlling the price, because there's constantly a space between the bid and offer that doesn't get filled. That hints at algorithmic activity. If it was natural, they would be traded towards each other, to where there would be no space, right? The liquidity would cause the space to go away. Or it's ICT, yeah. That begs the question of who came up with the original tick size of NASDAQ. Is it inefficient? Maybe not inefficient, but maybe it was created when the NASDAQ wasn't 22,000. Right? The tick size is too small for the amount the NASDAQ needs to move. If it's like the NASDAQ was kind of built probably, or that the futures tick size was probably set when the NASDAQ was probably 1,000, right? And that's why that effect is there. And I bet you if it was 1,000 again, you wouldn't have a space between the bid and ask. See what I'm saying? So that's what I always believed. Now, again, there's no evidence of this, but this is clear evidence. I mean, there's no proof of this, but this is clear evidence of that. And all the pieces line up if you make that assumption. You wouldn't. Does everyone understand why natural trading would not produce a space between bid and ask? Why are people not filling that gap all the time? Why are people quoting? It either means there's just one market maker doing all the work, which we know is not true. But the only other explanation as to why there's a space between the two is it's algorithmic. It's forcing that to happen. Traders would close that gap all the time by undercutting each other, wouldn't they? Right? So it's just the resulting mathematics proves that there is control on the bid and the offer price. So the belief that we found that supports, all the evidence supports this, is that the Globex just says, here's the bid and offer, line up behind it. And as the Globex is ticking that price to try to track the spot price, the Globex is streaming to market makers that price in real time. Market makers are getting a live feed of every single time the Globex updates of here's the bid, here's the ask. And so market makers are like, okay, we get that number. Our algorithms are going to move our price. As the bid and ask goes up, so does our quote. And the bid and ask goes down, so does our quote. And we can track the thing that's tracking. So that's believed to be how it all works. And all the papers I read support that that's extremely possible. And so the market makers could bid, ask, whatever. That's what we believe they can as well. I just don't, it's also been, I've read some things that have stated that market makers have to perform their duties. Each exchange has different rules. That's why it's not published. But most of them agree that the maker taker fees are given based on how close you are to the bid and ask. Like there's tiers, like the further away you are, if you get filled, or sorry, the closer you are, then you get the fee. Or if you're within a certain range, you get more of a fee to incentivize dealers to quote near the current tracking price to reduce volatility. But that's what I always believed, but I don't know. Buy System says, got to say you trade a lot different. You by engineer and dev as well. Got to say the way break down the market. People need to drill this info. There's a reason. Love it, man. Awesome. That's why you're the coolest guy, according to ChatGTP. Appreciate that. It's okay if you don't know all the technical stuff, dude. We're just kind of like, not $1 per tick, but $1 denominations. Yeah. So like the idea is that right now, the fact that there's like a space between the bid and the offer, it means the NASDAQ needs to be priced in at 50-cent denominations, maybe even $1. What it's saying is that the tick size on NASDAQ is too small, right? If the tick size was a penny, you would see a space of 100 because the bid is being quoted and the ask is being quoted around the tracking price. Basically, the NASDAQ is moving too much for a quarter of a change. What this does say is that the NASDAQ bid ask should be, or the tick size on NASDAQ should be changed to be 50 cents or $1. But yeah, if it's just you and me acting on the market, there wouldn't be a space between the bid and ask. If this was a free-form market maker thing, you wouldn't constantly have, and you'll see in the overnight, there's like 3 or 4 ticks between them. Because whatever, and whoever is doing it, whether it's a dealer doing it or one dealer or Citadel or the exchange itself, it's clear that it's a single actor doing it because multiple actors would fill in a space. Arbitrage trading, any bid-ask discrepancy would be undercut immediately. So unless they're all running the same kind of tracking algorithm on their quotes and there is no control, they just simultaneously all quote the same way. Maybe they have the same computer system. It does imply that there's a system in place that quotes the bid and ask. And that system is what's tracking the underlying. And then it all adds up. The system sets bid and ask, market makers line up behind it. The system sets bid and ask according to the underlying price. Stocks move up, the system moves the bid and ask. Everyone provides liquidity around it. And if I were to design a trading system, the final piece of this puzzle is if Matt were to design a trading exchange and a system to run the exchange, that's exactly how I would design it to incentivize my market makers to provide liquidity. That's the best way to do it. To give a tiered structure that if your orders are here and here within a certain distance and they get filled in a certain amount of time from when you place your order or whatever, I would incentivize being close to the bid and ask. And that's how I feel like. I think Pal's thinking about the fact he can't check his phone during testifying to make sure it's 24 mini long and it's 20 accounts is in the green. I know, right? He can't even touch his Robinhood account. Nasdaq's limit book doesn't really reflect the actual liquidity. Much of it's not displayed on the book. Yeah, there's. What's up?
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm cold.
Come.
Just want to check up on you.
Come up in here.
Oh no, we're up a little bit.
What is this?
It's soft. What are you guys doing? I'm FOMOing.
You want to hang out?
Yeah, sure. How was your toasties?
Oh, I haven't finished eating it yet.
You guys kept him company?
Yeah.
And distracted that he couldn't even eat his lunch? How dare you guys?
Green or red today? I'm up 12,000 today. Take a screenshot of that. It's a green today. Is that a heated blanket or a regular blanket?
It's a regular blanket. Or it's so soft.
Yeah.
But remember, it bleeds on everything that I put it under.
Yeah. That's nice. But guys, I'm done for the day today. I don't have any more trades I can do. I'm done. She wore the red robe. Market crashes soon. Why are you jinxing the market?
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Oh.
Oh,
When
for
you...
a second there,
For a second there, I just thought you were... I saw shoulders really quick. Like, hold on, look, let me show the stream. Like, when you went, like, my heart stopped for a whole minute.
Even my heart stopped. I forgot I was wearing something underneath.
I saw this, and I was like, oh my god, no. And there goes the YouTube stream. Banned in the best way possible. Like go out with a bang, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Sell, LOL.
Yeah, you guys tell him to get me a chair. That's right. That's not a real chair. Don't you dare pull that out.
You don't want the bench?
No, I don't want the bench.
Where would the chair go if I wasn't using it? If you weren't using it, where would I put it? That's the real question.
Well, I mean, I could sit in the back and I can replace that logo in the back.
Oh, that is true. Wait, hold on. Why is my camera not showing? I feel like my camera's been punched. Here we go. Wait a minute. I see like a thing over there. What is that? It's a dark spot. Oh, is that? Oh, that's just a shadow. Okay.
She can sit on your lap. I might break the chair or mat if I did that.
Did the cleaning lady bump that out? I don't remember there being a shadow there. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. I can do this. But is that better? Oh, that's still a shadow. Wait. What?
It's my stream now.
Does it look better with it closed like that? There's no shadow anymore.
Yeah, it does. But then, do I look good?
It's less
still
blue though. Hold on. Okay, tell me if you like it better, like this or like that.
1 or 2?
Yeah.
Chat. 1 or 2?
2.
I think 2, but 2 gives it the shadow, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2. Can I see 1 again?
All right. Closed.
That's 1.
Open.
2. I think I see a bunch of... I think I see more 1s than 2s.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care about that shadow too much. That's like a more bluey color. All right. This is a more...
Like a darker... I think I like that one better, actually, too. Because the wall where the rocket scooter sign is consistently dark. And then it makes the door stand out a bit more. Can I see 3 again? No, the third choice is it's about the same, remember?
How about we go in the
All your
middle?
doctor visits? Huh?
Just a little bit. How about 1.5?
Not bad.
As long as that shadow, you can't really tell it's there.
Yeah.
Cool. No, I don't want to work anymore. You do it.
Aren't you teaching a boot camp at 3? Can I teach it?
Yeah.
You guys want me to teach boot camp?
Yeah.
Donos for boot camp, guys. Donos for boot camp. Let's get a whole family in this.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, you guys got to do the boot camp. We started yesterday, so you got to get started if y'all don't want to miss it.
Into what color, though? Repainting the door? Isn't boot camp at 4? 4 Eastern. 4 Eastern, 3 Central, and then you can figure it out if you're in Pacific time. Just saying. It's not just a recording, Ryan. It's recording with a live guider.
You're making this figure out because 4 minus 3 is hard?
It's so freaking hard. You have to think in 3 time zones, and then there's one more. There's the people in Arizona. You guys don't follow rules because...
4 minus 3 is hard.
It's a lot to think about. Yeah, it's not just a recording. It's a recording with a live mentor. That's different. That's innovative.
It's so funny that looks bad. Like,
not just you. My heart stopped for a second.
I saw it and it was like, dang. RIP YouTube channel.
Mountain time? That's Arizona?
No, Arizona does not participate in daylight savings time.
I know, but then I wonder why. Like, what's the reason?
So Arizona's fucking smart and daylight savings time is fucking stupid.
Yeah, because it has nothing to do with winter or summer or the summer solstice, right? It has a lot more to do with the war back in the days.
Yeah, I think there was a whole theory as to all the reasons daylight savings time was a thing. I don't know.
Saving energy.
Saving energy is what they say, but there's other reasons for it. Victor says sock, shoe, or sock, shoe, shoe. I do both socks and then both shoes. What about you? What order do you put your shoes and socks on?
Socks.
Do you do sock, shoe, left foot, then sock, shoe, right foot? Or do you both socks and then both shoes?
I do sock, shoe, shoe.
Yeah, I'm the same way because I keep my shoes by the door. So I put my socks on, then I walk to the door, then I put my shoes on.
Who does sock, shoe? I feel like that wastes more time.
Technically speaking, I think the time should be the same. But to do sock, shoe implies that your socks and shoes are kept in the same place, which for most people would be rare.
Yes.
You'd have to carry your socks to your shoes and then carry your shoes and your socks to a mutual location and then choose to alternate your application of the two. It would be
high risk management if you carry your sock downstairs if you live on the second floor, because if you put on sock and walk down the stairs, and you might fall and break your neck.
Do you want to show them the picture of when I smashed the coffee cup against the wall and went face first into the wall? I was doing the same thing. And our stairs, like the stairs go down in a spiral, but like one of the stairs is kind of like slightly like it's like maybe 1 degree forward and you can feel it tilt when you stand on it. It's so slight you can't see it. But as I'm walking with my socks on and I had a cup of coffee, I stepped and I misstepped and I fell. It's only like 3 stairs because it's around a corner, and I literally fell, and I fell face first into the wall. I almost thought I was gonna bust a hole in it, and coffee went everywhere. So there's still a coffee stain on the wall. I got to paint over it. As I'm putting my socks on, walking down the damn stairs with my socks on.
It was so loud. I literally thought he fell from the 3rd floor to the 1st.
Yeah. And then everybody that comes over,
like, why is there brown stains on the wall?
Everyone that comes over thinks she's batshit crazy, like she threw coffee in my face or something. Like, why is there a coffee splatter on the wall? Now I was just telling that she's crazy and she throws stuff at me.
Do you bring the banana to your mouth or your mouth to the banana?
I think I bring the banana to my mouth.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I don't see the banana go.
Please don't demonstrate. Don't demonstrate.
Oh, I almost fell for it.
You almost did.
It's like I didn't see that coming from a mile away. Hello.
I'm not the one that's going to get you canceled. You are.
That's funny.
Okay, I'll leave you guys alone.
What kind of 90s movie type shit is that? LOL.
This is not Twitch.
Matt, one of those chair lifts, that would be kind of nice. Oh yeah, the chairlift that takes you up to like the side of the railing. Yeah.
What about that?
I need one so I don't eat my shit anymore.
This is after me putting the kitchen on the ground floor.
Yeah.
Things are supposed to be a lot easier. The socks on the chairlift. This is getting so innovative.
This is very true. You can invent a chairlift that puts your socks on for you. That by the time you get to the bottom, your socks are on, ready to go.
How about your sock and shoe?
Yeah.
Just make it a... Can we have Minu eating bananas all day? I mean, I guess I wouldn't need laxatives after that.
There we go. Okay. Wasn't it the old Batman show where he would go down like a pole or something, and then he's at the top, and by the time he's down, his uniform is on? Was that the old Batman show from the 60s? I don't remember. Have the same thing. You sit in a chair, by the time you get to the bottom, your shoes are on, ready to go. A holster for your banana. You should always holster your banana.
Sorry to change the theme of the stream. Go back to trading.
No. Today, it's sit out moment because the trades have already been done. Market's chill and closing bullish.
Wait, so I can keep trolling you guys?
Yeah, you can if you want to.
I'm hungry.
Oh, Kevin's donating a free boot camp. All right, cool. All right, so 4 people, because I'm doing 3 for every one. Let's do a drawing for 4 boot camp seats. All right, 4 people. The boot camp's at 4 o'clock today. Thank you for your donation, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin. Okay, bye.
See ya. If you haven't done the boot camp, it's the best thing that we do. It's $20 for 20 days, and you can learn everything that we do. It's a very sophisticated, intense training thing. We're about to draw 4 free names for boot camp. If you aren't already in the boot camp and aren't already a member, again, non-members only, new faces only, type in the word free class. If you're not already in the boot camp, you can only win if you're not already a member, and you get it for free. So 4, it's at market close today. So I need you guys all to come and check it out. While we're chilling, I'll read you guys some of the reviews that y'all have left there. Here's the link to it. It gives you all the handouts, all the probabilities, all the setups. We train you on risk position management especially. And today we go over position sizing. It's the most important. It's class number 2. So if you join today, you can catch up. We do it every 2 months. So if you don't join today or join this week, you got to wait 2 months to get your chance again. It's $1 a class, so it's super cheap. Some of the reviews people have left. Again, this is no guarantee this will be you, or, you know, results may vary. It's like trading. Obviously trading is risky, and all like 5-star reviews from people that have taken it. I mean, and that's so good that people donate the boot camp to you guys going forward. And that's really cool. So you guys get to come and learn absolutely for free. There's no incentive to anything. It's free. There's no like, what's the catch? There's no catch. You're free. You guys are going to learn everything for free. All right. Somebody used the Rockseer platform 2 years, can say it's the only tool that's ever worked for them. Using trading platforms for years, can confidently say this one stands out like no other. This is an entirely unique and effective way to trade the markets. Know the volume is king for years now, but haven't found a way to capitalize on that knowledge until now. There's a bit of a learning curve. You see things from a whole new perspective, though, but it didn't go as long as I thought. Again, a new groove. Excited to see where it takes me. When Matt says the content is mind-blowing, he isn't kidding. Always do hedge pressure rebalancing. Edge pressures and rebalancing were out there, but holy cow, RS has hacked the undeniable data feeds and turned into a tradable system. These are all people that have actually bought it, and it tells you what they've bought. So this is like people from the marketplace, the most comprehensive education out there, or just a signal service. It's powerful tool, helps you understand why prices move the way they do. And I'm just reading what random people thought. These are people from chat. Rich Trader says the class will give you an edge. You never need to understand. You need to understand why you enter, exit, evaluate your risk management. Covers every subject from risk management to market mechanics. All classes are recorded, so you can watch as many times as you want. Game changer. Found Matt by accident. My first thought was, here we go, another guru. After years of flailing around, found why a trade should be made and why my risk should be. I'm finally consistent, have more confidence and ability to sit out with no FOMO, just like today. Very cool. True advantage over the market, right? People have said some really lovely things. And with all that amazing stuff, right, you would think that I would be like, aha, let me go capitalize off of that. But we've committed to our boot camp being our $2 Costco hot dog. It's $20. It's always $20. And if you're a member of the platform, it's free. So if you are using our platform, you can come for free. With that note, let's spin the wheel. Really cool to see that you guys enjoy. Victor's always on the list. Jenny Z. Type something in chat. Congrats. Yeah, they're recorded. You can go catch up on the recordings. Good job, Jenny. And at market close, we'll be there. All right, a couple more. And everybody that's done the class that comes and donates, usually after the boot camp, people have donated. They go buy it for everyone else. And this time around was the biggest donation spree we've had with 40 free seats. Antonio, now it's 44. So just remind me next time we do it, that we got to beat the record of 44. So we gave away 44 free seats. Antonio. Oh, the names are here. I need to write them down. So if anybody donates 20 bucks, I'll pay 60 bucks. I always said 3 to 1. And that's it. You just come and learn. Z23. Oh, congrats, man. Congrats. One more. Today we cover position sizing and trader funding programs, part of that as well. It's one of the more important of the classes. Position sizing is pretty much your biggest decision that you do make. It's not where you long, where you short, where you stop. It's how much you're betting, because that directly affects how much you lose, how much risk you can take, and whether you blow up or not. Meow. Congrats. The 4 of you that won, please go into our Discord, take a screenshot of your YouTube ID. You need to message our admin. His name is Slacks, or post in the contest channel for him to message you. Tag him, SLACKS, and he will get you into the boot camp. At 4 o'clock, we go live on a Zoom call. Congrats, you guys. JR, there is a Zoom call that has the link in it. This is the biggest boot camp we've had yet, so this is incredible. How many people are going to be here? And if you didn't win and you want to join, we have a thing. It's $20 to do it. And it's basically, it's designed to be $1 a class. And you can come as often as you want. Classes are recorded if you can't make it. They're live, but you'll be there. We go over it together live. So I can answer questions while you go through it. And it's really partially the reason our community has gone viral. Because the people are like, I've learned everything, and the guy is in charge $5,000 for mentorship. Like, what's the catch? And they're like, no, there's no catch. He's just a fucking idiot. He gives away his shit for free. And I'm like, well, yeah, but I always thought, you know, for me, when I was a struggling trader, there's so many people out there trying to bamboozle people. You know, I make my money trading. I make my money selling the platform. I make my money millions of other reasons. Last thing I need to do is nickel and dime my own community for their desire to learn, right? I remember flipping, you know, pizzas for years to pay my way through college and have extra money. I know what it's like to be struggling. I know what it's like to try to learn how to trade and be low on cash. The last thing you're doing is flaunting your money to some kid on the internet promising you turtle soup shit or whatever, you know, like $2,000 for mentorship from some Lambo driving 13-year-old. Like, this is just like not where your money should go. So it's kind of how it is. He just living off the $20 a month fee, not even a profitable trader. Exactly right. $20 a month is paying all of my bills. Oh, he's just joking, but the reason we actually do charge for it is because we do have 2 employees and their budget comes from that boot camp. So the neat part about it is you guys have 2 people. They make the videos and they make the handouts and they do all the editing on the channel for us. And they're both young people with families, and so this is an actual salary for both of them, and helps them out. And we just budgeted that, but technically speaking, I don't really make much, if not anything at all, from it personally. Have you been to Commander's Palace? Dude, I love Commander's Palace. The turtle soup there? Yeah, it's pretty good. But word kind of got out last August when we started doing this, and everybody was like blown away by the idea that we can offer such a sophisticated thing and we don't put like a giant price tag on it. And people started being like, oh, this is kind of cool. Check it out. Check it out. And then our stream just blew up. I mean, that's why I think we got, like, our viewership went up 20x since January, and the boot camp is solely responsible for it. Word's starting to get out that there's like a little hidden gem. People keep saying, like, I read the reviews. It's pretty, you guys are loving it. So I'm glad you guys love it. That makes me proud. Of all the things I've made, this is probably the coolest thing I do is the training. You almost got scammed 5K for a buddy to show you how to trade, then you ran into me over here. It makes me like happy to hear people don't have to spin their wheels. Back in the day, I had to lose a lot of money on my own. There weren't like trading education shops to learn from. I had to basically learn on my own by losing money to the market. These days, you guys have all these cool avenues of like prop trading to not really lose money to the market. Instead, your problem is losing money to gurus. It's the same hundreds of $1,000 expense to pay kids for garbage. And I really told my my company, you know, when I first started the boot camp, we designed it to be free for people that use the platform. It's just free training. And we made it very sophisticated. It wasn't like, here's some videos, watch it. It was like, here's a 20-day training. We will make sure you're good at trading at the end of this. And it was like, well, should we add it as a price tag, additional charge? And I was like, at first, we were like, you know, considering like, should we make an additional charge? And I said, no, let's make it free. Well, why make it free? And I said, because fuck you to all the gurus. That's why. That's what I told my team and my board. I said, no, it's free. And I said, if you guys need an economical justification, consider it a loss lead item to sell the platform. Okay. It's our Costco $9.99 hot dog. People see it, maybe like the platform, maybe they buy it. And then the board bought into it. They were like, okay, that does make sense. But in reality, it also lined up with my ethics of fuck you to the gurus. That's what I really said. It's because fuck you to the guys that charged $5,000 for mentorship. I want to undercut them and teach people for nothing. And so the compromise was, okay, well, we charge something to cover the expense for it, and it's free loss lead for the company. I said, yep, okay. And there you go. So in a business side, the board is happy that we can make, you know, platform sales possibly from it. That does make sense. So there's obviously a business side to it. I'm not a fucking charity handout, but also fuck you to the gurus, right? They suck and they sell you garbage. Gator soup. I've never eaten gator before, but I hear it's good. Do I buy my Arby's from the truckload? Now that I get $20 a month, I can. Oh yeah, 100%. Words getting out, an idiot giving secrets for $20. Yeah, pretty much. This idiot's just like teaching her. But the thing is, I always wanted to teach people like not just like where to trade and what to do. It's like also giving an understanding of why things happen, but in a way that's easy to understand, because the market's a pretty complicated machine. And after it, a lot of people, if you read the reviews, are like, I learned why things happen. And a lot of times you as a trader, you're kind of just trusting that things move up and down. You never really understand why things happen. And as an engineer, I always was uncomfortable not understanding why things did the things they did. I'm like, yeah, I see it moving, but why? I always want to know why. And this is a good healthy dose to go with the boot camp, is a lot of the why, like why stuff happens. And it's really cool to learn it, to kind of go with it so that you can actually trust the limits of what the market can and can't do. Like people are always saying, aren't you scared the market's going to crash 1,000 points? I'm like, well, it's not really possible. How do you know? Well, I just know. I know how the market structure works, right? And there's reasons things happen. And it's kind of cool to learn it. Do you ever trail your profits? What do you mean by trail my profits? Like putting a trailing stop when I'm winning? Too many F-bombs mess with your algo? Maybe. Probably so. Every YouTube trader sells courses, classes, however they don't actually trade. Great track record of trading. Including this guy? No, I have a track record of trading. Those are the only people that really show it, actually. You guys have watched a 5-month journey with Tradeify as I've made 150K journey, and I publish the results every day. Before this, I've been streaming since 2016. I did a 5K to 50K challenge. I did a 10K to 100K challenge. I did a 6K to $1 million challenge. Made it 100K in that challenge, and then stopped streaming to build a trading platform. And then came back, and then when I came back, shut off the platform, did multiple other challenges, went and won. I placed top 5 in the Robbins Cup. I won Elite Trader Funding's Global Futures Trading Championship, first place. I went live funded with ETF. I went live funded with My Funded Futures. I have live trading accounts with both of those companies. I'm about to go live funded with Tradeify. I'm probably the best trader on YouTube. And I'm only the best trader on YouTube. I'm better than the next 3 of them put together. So there's my track record. And they all know it, which is why none of the YouTubers out there talk shit about me, because they know I'm fucking great. Here's my track record. That's my resume. Not to brag. But they know we're good. I'm very humble. I still lose like other traders. I'm not perfect. I win and lose. But there's a reason they all talk shit about each other, but there's a reason somehow guys at Rocket Scooter seem to be immune to such criticism with such loud traders in such a competitive environment. Especially when you get big, they all send around on each other, but somehow when we get big, they all seem to be cool with us and we're cool with them because a lot of them are really good and we're really good. And usually when you're good, the traders have respect for each other. Nobody goes out there and dogs on each other when they're actually doing good. So do I know Pat? I do know Pat, yeah. And I invite them to the vote party. That's right. That's right. But it's good to be skeptical. A lot of people don't show their track record. There's a lot of traders that do. A lot of really good traders that do. Rip's a great trader. He shows his P&L broker statement. Like, oh, you're the best. Hey. The best. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. She must be really bored today. I think she's got nothing to do today because Pickle's gone. Babe. Come here. This is the 4th time you've been in here today. Is this because Pickle's gone and you're bored? I figured it out.
It's so annoying. I even streamed for 4 hours today because I had nothing to do.
You were streaming?
Yeah. My viewers are watching your stream.
I was like, does she like me more or something today? No, I was like, now I figured out Pickle's gone. You're bored.
I have to find things to do.
You're bored. Oh, that's so funny.
My client canceled on me, so I was like, all right.
Oh yeah, you had something. Okay.
Yeah, I was supposed to be out this afternoon.
We solved the puzzle. I was like, why did she keep coming in here? Maybe I smell good or something. I'm like, no, you're just bored. You smell my cologne?
No.
I didn't spray it. I don't think.
You didn't spray the Creed.
No.
I didn't even know what Creed was until I met Matt. Did you guys know that?
Creed is good. Cologne? Do you guys like Creed? All right. I just wanted to bug you for one last time.
Why? I was literally on the way to the bathroom too.
All right. See you later. I just realized Pickle's at her mom's. Her mom went and picked up Pickle just to take him over to hang out with the family and stuff. So she's bored. It's so funny how Pickle is taking up so much of our free time, I guess. You love how the Free never lose a trade. Yeah, and like that's a lot of people are like that too. Have ever seen RGG Trader similar to you in the basis that trades on options and underlying stocks? I have not seen RDGD. No, I don't know who that is. But that's really cool. I like people that do it. Any thoughts on One Up Trader? I don't know who that is either. Is that a who or is that a prop firm? Is a prop firm. Okay. Become a fully funded trader. 1-step evaluation. Go prop. Let's check it out. Our offering funded trading program. I don't see a clear. Their website, number one, looks like a direct copy of some other website templates I've seen. I don't know if this was made on like, this looks like Tradeify. Like the way that their help is laid out. But I guess there's like website templates people use. This you're saying, let's go read what they're all about. Never heard of these guys. I'm trying to find the actual evals. Okay, here we go. 1-step eval to pass. We've got trailing drawdown next. I'm done. Once I got the trailing drawdown, I'll never use them. Trailing drawdown, you can't take profit, is the undeniable, undisputable king of the trailing drawdown world. Apex used to be, but Apex is slowly dying to take profit. Creed, Aventus, that's the one that she likes, yeah. Asked if Matt smells like a hot Dorito or not. Oh, I always smell like a hot Dorito. As long as you're not claiming to be the alcohol. Yeah. How many R's I'm playing on an average day? So let me think. It's hard to say that in a prop account because I'm not really risking anything. because you're not really betting anything in a prop account. Equivalently so in a real account, it probably like between 2 to 5, give or take. It's like 5 1-to-1s or a couple 2-to-1s, somewhere in there. If I were to equivalently say I was buying the contract with real money, but a prop firm, you're clearly not doing that. But assuming I was. What does IDOC think about white chart backgrounds versus black backgrounds? Your eyes can't handle white charts. No, light mode is horrible. The contrast will ruin your eyeballs. Dark mode is the best. 1UP has been around for years. Yeah, they seem pretty good. Not saying anything bad about them. But 3,000 drawdown, 3,000 profit target, 25 trailing drawdown, the daily loss limit. It's an Apex clone. There's nothing special about it. It's exact clone of Apex. And in that world with trailing drawdown, you're going to go take profit for pretty much the same price with no trailing drawdown at eval side. So as good as it is, this is literally an Apex clone. There's nothing unique about them. Just reading it on the surface. Not a bad idea. Not a bad firm. I don't know anything about them though, but the offering, there's nothing unique to the offerings, right? And with take profit, you get daily payouts. So that's why people choose them. But pretty cool. I always like learning about new firms. There's a million of them out there. Don't get eye strain out, use dark mode on everything. I know. When I designed the platform, I consulted a UI style consultant for these kind of things, for accessibility and all kind of stuff. There's a reason why our bull and bear zones are gray and dark gray rather than red and green, is for the colorblind. There's a reason our platform natively is in dark mode to reduce eye strain while trading. And think of everything. Put a lot of thought into it. They have no limit payout and instant 10-day min and weird consistency rule. They have instant payouts. I didn't see that on their main thing. I don't see anything about instant payouts. You would think they would put it right at the top. Hold on, let's see. Oh, here's another list. One step eval, no fees or hidden fees, 7-day free trial. Free and unlimited profit withdrawals from day one. Oh, okay, so I guess they do daily payouts. Why the fuck would you not put that at the top of the list, guys? You're gonna make people like me gloss over this shit. Okay, unlimited profit withdrawals from day one. Why would you not put your best feature? I need to redesign your damn website. Put that shit at the top. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Located in Haiti. Oh. Interesting. Yeah, I would say, I mean, again, it's in the Apex take profit camp. There's not really much, I would say, in honesty, like I just trust the tried and true. And in my partners, we, you know, obviously we partner up with the best of the best as far as types of accounts. And that's why we only have the 7 that we work with. You know, straight to funded is ETF, Tradeify, and Funded Next is now going to have a straight to funded. End of the day is going to be My Funded Futures. And Funded Next. And then your trailing drawdowns are going to be your Apex and your TPT. I would say, you guys, stick to the bigs. Stick to the bigs that, you know, aren't offshore, that may not go under, may not steal your money and rug pull. I'm not saying these other guys would, but unless there's a truly unique offering, there's really no reason to just try another prop firm. They're a dime a dozen. It's easy to start one. You can start a prop firm tomorrow if you want to. And it all comes down to, do you trust them and do they pay out? And usually I'm in the boat of, unless I know somebody's got a payout from them, I don't use them. So Funded Next, I told you guys I'd be the first one to get a payout from these guys in futures, and I was one of the first to get it. I'm up about $10,000 payouts from those guys. The boot camp is only $20 only. That's it. You live in Japan and time makes it hard for you. AD, but you can watch the videos at your leisure, so you don't have to be there. You want to pay it forward. Seem to be really providing value here in the community. How can you donate to someone? You can enter free in the next batch. I'll just redraw all the names. All right. I'll spin it one more time. Website needs dark mode? That website does, yeah. Insane Chili. Or Insane Chile, whichever one you are. Congrats. Why my point if you're asking why? And okay, so Chili, good job, man. Go message Slackson or Discord that you won the boot camp. He'll hook you up. So our admin are posting the contest channel that you won. Why prop firms don't jump into the straight to funded? Think about it like this, right? You have to think of it as there's a benefit to having like Kane's chicken tenders, right? Is just chicken tenders. James Coney Island, just hot dogs. You know, you got to think about like you focus on a product that works. The different types of accounts are completely different products with completely different risk models. My Fund of Future specializes in what they do. It's not necessarily beneficial to have one of each product type. Case in point, ETF's business models have one of each product type. There's a definite struggle when you do have one of each product type of customer funnel. It's very hard to show up to a website and see 6 different types of prop accounts and figure out which one's right for you. As a customer, it's not the best idea. I mean, as a provider, it's not a best idea for your customers to have so many offerings with something that's hard to understand to begin with. A lot of times it's just front and center. There's like 1, maybe 2 different types of products. Apex built on that model. We have one product and that's it. Then they added static later on. But you have one type of account, which makes it easy. The only choice people have to make is how much they're going to spend on it for bigger account sizes. When you get to the website and you have to shop for like 5 or 6 different types, just like with ETF, it's really hard to create a good website that funnels customers easily the information they need. It tends to be a little clunky. And so the reason why I don't think My Funded and others jump on the straight to funded world is that, you know, it's already, you know, they found their niche, they found out what people like, they found out what works for them, and they probably stick with it. It adds additional risk to create a new product type, and it is risky to the company, and also you have to compete with others that are doing it. Right now, My Funded Futures is the undisputed king of the end of the day drawdown accounts. This is the biggest one in the world for futures. And they're growing very steadily in that. Their starter plus is amazing also. All their accounts are good. But they keep it simple because there's, you know, it's easy to understand when you're shopping around rather than having like 10 different choices. That's why I think. I mean, I don't run a prop firm, but if I ran a prop firm, I probably would not have 5 different types of accounts. You know, I might have an end of the day drawdown version. And maybe if I wanted to, a static. Straight to funded is like kind of like the new thing most of the firms are going to. And it presents other limitations and challenges. Like straight to funded accounts aren't unlimited payout accounts. Usually there's a total profit you can make and then you're done. Usually the straight to funded is like once you make X dollars, you're done. You can't make any more. And then they kick you out. So it's a one and done thing. You can't trade straight to funded with Tradeify forever. At one point, they cut you off and you're done for good. How often do I trade in Power Hour? Every day. But I'm already maxed out, dude. I can't make any more money today without risking going over consistency. And I don't want to touch any of my 50K funded next or my Funded Futures account because I don't have an A+ setup to take. And those accounts I reserve for A+ setups. Thanks. You can claim your free class. Yep, Jenny. How many accounts can you copy trade in My Funded? I don't remember the max. How many accounts can you have with My Funded, guys? Is it 3? 5? 3? 3, right? I think it's 3. Still 3. 3 funded? It is 3. Thank you. Thank you. Best trading setups for afternoon. Trading off of high volume pivots. They're all pretty much the same. We're just kind of trading off a no man's land today. Longing at the open was basically it. There's really nothing else that I can take today. There's support here, support here, support here. You guys got to help me out. Remind me to take a sip of water every 15 minutes. I'm starting to go hoarse from all the talking. What's the best feature in Rocket Scooter software? Our volume prediction tools. Second to none. And maybe resilience, which is a gap fill predictor. So for now, I'm maxed out on profit. There's really not much I can make any more money without going over my consistency. So I'm kind of locked into what I got. There's so many trading YouTubes popping up. Let's go look. Let's go have a peek, shall we? Let's go check out some random traders. Let's see what's going on out there. Live futures trading. Let's see what we got. Well, yours truly front and center. Top Step. This guy, this guy talks to me a lot on Twitter. He's from Houston. So let's go pay this guy a visit and say hey. I think he's the one from Houston. This guy, YOLO's Apex accounts. I remember y'all were talking about him that one time. Tons of people. Yeah, tons of people. Everybody wants to trade and have affiliate codes. That's like the new hot thing now. There's a ton of traders, man. Here's a guy doing it. Man, there's so many people doing it. Apex codes. Like, it's all the same formula. Like, everybody wants to go on there and start doing it. And tons of traders now. Tons and tons of people. Is Ross Cameron still around? Oh my god, I'm forgot about that guy. There's a ton of traders, man. A lot of people are in the YouTube thing now. But you know what's great though? You know what I like about this? What's great about this is that the biggest YouTube streamers aren't your Gen Alpha kids. You know, the biggest YouTube streamers are your old guys like me, Pat, and Matt, the ones who've been doing it for a while. Let's go. Let me go say hi when Travis pops in. I think this is the guy that lives in Houston. We'll go shout with him. Some guy, I think that's him. Some guy messes with me all the time. He's a YouTuber. I think that's him. He's always like, bro, that's in Houston, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, I gotta check out that restaurant. And so let me introduce myself and go say hey to that dude. They stole your liver? LOL. Future Scalper's a good guy, but he does Apex degen and hides his losses. Oh no, I think he's a fucking horrible trader. I watched him for a day after you guys told me to. He's god awful. I don't know why people watch that guy. Nothing personal against the guy. He's absolutely horrible. There's no strategy. He just, but he throws money at the account and hides the losses and just brute force wins. It's not attainable by any reason, by any means, and it's not profitable as well. because he's not making a lot of money. He's spending a lot going out. And, you know, not throwing shade, but I would say that I don't think the guy
All right.
we were watching. Let's go say hey to this dude. All right, let's go pay. I'm gonna give some blessing him here. Subscriber only mode. How do I subscribe to this? Okay.
It's the time of the day too.
Let's go say hello.
Looks like it's gonna go one way and it goes the other.
Can I not chat? Oh, 2 minutes. All right, we'll get back to that in a minute. I think that's the dude from Houston. I like that he shows a Dom. I like that he shows entries and exits. You can't beat that. Let's go make a new friend. Jake never took a winning trade. Blah, blah, blah. What are you talking about? Who are you talking about, Ty? Ross Scamron. Oh, y'all are funny. How to find a mentor? Join a program that has a good educational system. Like, as far as trading mentors go, it's kind of hard because there's not a lot of good ones out there. You need somebody that really makes money and really does mentoring, like that has the ability to do that and also is really good and proves that they're good. Make sure people show you their stats before you ever buy a mentorship program. Look for historic stats of a year at least. I don't do mentorship. I do the boot camp, which is training everybody together. So we do a class here, but I don't do private mentorship or anything. So yeah, no, I think that guy, that future scalper guy, is absolutely, like, I don't know why people watch that, to be honest. He's completely horrible at trading. Travis is from Houston. He's trading Heiken-Ashi candles. Let me go see. That the dude from Houston? Let me just go say hey and see what he says. Let's go make a new friend. I never really, like, other than just, you know, tweeting back to his responses, I haven't had time to, like, network a little bit. Sox told you to donate to pay for the bootcamp forward. Yeah. Okay. That's kind of cool. So what, 3 more bootcamp seats then? Because you're donating another... I already gave your 1 away. Oh, we'll do 4 more. Okay. All right, everybody, do me a favor. Let's do 4 more boot camps. Jesus. All right, type in free class again. You got to do it all over again. Free class, 4 people. All right. No, I donate 3 for every Every time you guys give 20, I give 60. So I donate. Hold on. What's up? Yo. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so we'll do 3 then. Okay, cool. Okay, cool, brother. All right. All right, bud. Slacks call me. He was like, you did. Okay, so we're giving away 3, not 4, because you did claim it. Now you're paying it forward. No, we're doing 4. Wait. So we're doing 4, not 3. Because you're buying another one to pay it forward. Okay, we'll do 4.
It's gonna fill the gap right here. All the way
Let's go say hey really quick.
405. Here it comes. Come on.
All right, we'll just say hey and do our introductions there.
Well, what are you waiting on? It's getting high here on 420.
All right, free class.
TP's at 400.
Oh, Vision, you're over there too, huh? Oh, I saw you.
It's kind of chopping back up. Dang it.
All right, spend it 4 times.
Fake out territory here.
I think this is the dude from Houston. If it's the dude from Houston, I need to meet more Houston trader peeps. Crying a Carpy.
Gotta lock in something. Take some risk off.
He's in the zone. He ain't reading chat right now. I feel it, man. Sometimes I ignore you guys when I'm in a trade.
Damn it, I had 800.
Harpy. All right, cool. Number one. 3 more people. 3 more people.
There you go. I'll lock that in at least.
FICO credit scores are now going to include buy now, pay later data for the first time starting this fall. Really? Oh, wow, you guys. That's really awesome. Congratulations.
Who is Matt? Day trading with Matt? Never heard of you. Is this Matt, the rocket scooter?
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
Houston?
There we go. Now he knows. He remembers. ICT trader. I love it.
Is that him for real? What? Hey, thanks, Matt. TDT Trades. GeoCap. Hey, what's good?
Just crushing a live trade. I like seeing people trade, put their DOM up there. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Just feel free to stop by and say, hey, shows the P&L, shows the stats. This is what I like to see. This is what I like to see when I see traders on YouTube. So I get props to that. That's some good stuff. I do like it. All right. So thank you, DW. You guys know this is one of our admins, one of our head honchos over at Rocket Scooter. Slack slept in, must be punished, LOL. DW donating 20 memberships to the community. This is very awesome. I really appreciate that. And also congratulations, you guys, to his daughter just got married over the weekend. And he was driving through and stopped by a Buc-ee's for the first time ever. Was sending me pictures of their vacationing. And everyone always remembers their first Buc-ee's trip. Super great. Is he talking to me now? Oh, I already paused it.
Guys, hit the like button for Matt, if that's the real Matt. Alright, here we go. Back down to 400. Hey, let's go. H-Town in the house. High five. Nice. Hey.
Cool.
A couple new subscribers here. What's good? Welcome to the channel. Going Short and EH.
Yeah. I dig it. I like somebody that shows their P&L, shows their DOM, shows the stuff, and he's doing it right. This is good. This is good. Good stuff. Well, all blessing out there to a stream that doesn't suck. At least like doing stuff. Sporting a Buc-ee shirt as we speak. LOL. That's really awesome, Dave. Thank you, man. We really appreciate that. So 20 of you now have green text in your name. All right, the winners of the contest today, we have our boot camp starting pretty soon. The 4 of you guys, Chronic, Justice or Hustas, ICT Trader. I love it. And then 404 Humor Found. You guys make sure you message in chat. Go to the contest channel or message Slacks or admin, and we'll hook you up with the boot camp. We start in an hour, so we'll be there. All right, ending up the day. Now, again, 96% of days do close inside of these green bands. Only about 4% of days do break and go. But on the bull side, we don't fade it back in. Normally, we let it ride. And even if it does bounce off the band, I usually long off of it. At maximum, usually what it does is it kind of just trickles above higher and hovers at the band. It doesn't ever often reverse in without news. So big bull breaks like this that go outside of the range tend to stay inside of here more often than they don't. So like 20 of you now have green text. Very nice. Are you green? No, bro, you're blue. Blue is better than green. So instructions go. Okay, so what you need to do, Humor, you guys, everybody that wins, you have to do the same thing. Go to your YouTube, open up your YouTube from your perspective, like your account. Take a screenshot of your name and your avatar so that we know it's you, not from the chat, but from your perspective of your account. Like log in, click on my account or my channel, Take that picture, send it over with your Discord message Slacks, SLACKS, who's our admin, or just message the contest channel, hey, I won, and then they'll get you everything from there. Take the blue away, he's so green, LOL. Trav's in the house. What's up, dude? All right, let's see. Howdy, Trav. I've been meaning to say hi, man. Like, you know, I get so busy with everything, but you know, it's cool to meet another Houston broski that's trading. We were just like, everyone was talking about all these new traders, and I typed in live trading, and I just searching for who's YouTubing, and I was running across, and I was like, oh, I was like, I remember chatting with you on Twitter a bunch, and I never really stopped by to say hi because I'm always streaming. And we were kind of like making fun of how many traders are out there, and then we popped your stream up, and then we're like, oh, he's showing his trade, he's showing his DOM, he's showing his P&L. I'm like, oh, he's doing it right. So there you go. Gotta like it when people out there are doing it right, which is cool. He's watching our stream on the channel. Oh, Meta, that's awesome. Cool, dude. AD, bro, it's 4 a.m. in Japan. You got to go to bed. Time to get some sleep. All right, so we close out 6136 hold, I think, on S&P. Honestly, we've got an hour left in this market. I've already capped out. You know, I made 12K today, but I can't, in these accounts, I can't make any more because of consistency. I'm locked in. So I really can't go. 1500 was kind of my max for what I want to do, and some of these kind of slightly went over. This one can go a little lax on consistency. These are Tradeify straight to fundeds. These are funded next fundeds. And this one is okay because I busted consistency already in another day. So I can make a little bit more on this one, but they're pretty much locked in. I can't make any more right now since I didn't make 150K with the Tradeifys. I have to basically go and just inch my way to the payouts before I go live. So if you guys are just tuning in, as soon as I get this, will be my third live account with the props. I went live with ETF, live with my funded futures, and now I'm working on live with Tradeify. What should my next goal be, guys, after I go live with Tradeify? What do you guys think I should do next? What's the next accomplishment or achievement you guys want me to aim for? Top step leaderboard, live with firm XYZ. What should I do next? My goal was to take Tradeify to 150. We got there a couple weeks back. Disney World, LOL. Record payout in Apex. Oh, I hate trailing drawdown. You guys know how much I hate that. I will be spending so much money trying to get record payout in Apex. You think I can do it though? But you can't do the trick anymore with Apex where you flip, right? You can't do the trick where you go and you flip your account. Like you can't go out there and just YOLO the first day and then flip your account, get denied your second payout, then keep going. Apex has kind of nixed that trick, right? Get the static accounts. The static accounts are dog shit though. They're like 625 drawdown. There's no way I'm going to trade micros in an Apex static. I'd rather stab myself in the eye with a red hot poker from a fireplace. Just risk less. Do micros? I don't want to. I'll just do fine. No, I'm gonna do what you did, Tyler. You didn't do statics. You did the regular Apexes, right? Build the yeah, like I can just do it and build the buffer and then go bigger. Instead of trying to like YOLO and flip it, I'll just trade it like normal. I'll YOLO and YOLO and YOLO. Yeah, their static is horrible. ETF static is like 3 times better for the same price. So top 10 and top step and go live in 6 months. So top step leaderboard. If I were to do the top step leaderboard, I could, that'd be so funny. It'd be so funny. It would be kind of funny about that is because I work for my funded futures. I can be on the Top Step leaderboard repping my funded futures. That'd be hilarious. Speaking of, they gave me this like swag cup right here. This Yeti that now iDoc brings me my hot tea in to protect my voice. You're about to withdraw your 25 for ETF straight to funded. Hey, so how do you like it, by the way, Tyler? Like the consistency rule. I like the way that they do it is unique. Is it any harder with that 62? Wait, you're in the 50K, right? It's like the 62% rule or whatever that makes you trade a bigger active trading day. Is it better than a normal consistency rule? What do you think? Oh, I'm not listening. Is Travis talking to me still? I didn't say anything back because I had his volume turned down. Hold on. There's a delay here.
All right, we chop him back up.
Somebody said he's chatting. There's like a... Anyways, I have him muted, so I can't see anything anymore. To see $1,500 a trade. Get the best deals on prop for... Oh, wait, I'm reading my stuff here. Congrats, Tyler. Yeah, so basically what you're doing is you're just basically keeping the trades big, same size. So ETF's consistency is different than other people. Other people have a consistency on the minimum. Like Tradeify straight to funded is 20% minimum, which basically means your biggest trade has to be at most 20% of your total. It's an at most consistency. And so ETF came up with a different kind of consistency, an at least, which is different, an at least 63%, whatever it is, which means your trade day to count. So basically on Tradeify, if you go over your at most consistency, what they do is they add to your total profit to make. On ETF, at least means it doesn't add to your total profit. It just has to be at least 63% to count as a trading day. 15 days is ridiculous. 15 days is kind of crappy, but the payouts are 5,000 every 15 days as opposed to 3,000 every 10 with Tradeify. Technically, every 30 days, you get 1,000 more bucks if you hit your target in time. So 15 days with bigger payout. Yeah, but I honestly am in your boat. I'd rather have a smaller payout, shorter window. I'm in the mode of it ain't real until it hits my bank account. So I definitely don't want to be in it for longer. Yeah, I would honestly always want a shorter window and smaller payout if I had to choose. If you happen to go over your max a day, there's nothing if you go over your max a day. That's totally fine. So the consistency of at least 20%, or sorry, at least 63% means the trading day doesn't count unless you've made a certain amount of money or doesn't count towards the 15-day total. Tradeify's is slightly different that says if you, the 20%, for example, means that your biggest trade can't be more than 20% of the total, which for like a $9,000 profit target caps you to $1,800 a trade. Of 20% is $1,800. So if I go over 1,800, say I accidentally make 3,000, and 3,000 times 5 is 15,000 is a new profit target. They make me make a bigger profit target if I go over with accidentally making like $3,000 in a trade. So they make me trade more time in market. Now with ETF is that if you make a big blowout trade, then all your other trades need to be at least 63% of that. So if you have a big YOLO win on accident, then every trade going forward has to be a big chunk of a YOLO win as well, or it doesn't count towards your total. The profit target stays the same, but the trades you have to make is bigger. So they make you overshoot your profit target. It's the same thing, just completely different math. It's basically the same thing. Both of them are designed. One of them is if you trade too big, you got to trade longer. The other one is if you trade too big, you got to trade bigger, which forces you to trade longer. So in essence, the rules are the same, just different. That makes sense. So it's kind of like, which one is better? And like Tyler doing both of them, do you like the at most or the at least consistency rule better? Or you don't really notice the difference? If they were both 10 days, would you notice any difference between the two? Because at first people see the 63% and then they're like, that's horrible. And they're like, they don't really think about the math. It's actually really good. If you make 2,000 one day, then you have to make at least 1,200 and something the next for it to count. right? You'd rather have the 20% without a doubt? Okay. The other, yeah, because the 20%, you can flip your account the extra 5 days, right? If you make, or whatever, you make it 1,800 every day and you flip it the other 5, yeah. Yep. On ETF, if you make one big trade, you're toast. Yep. Well, with that, then you're just forced to trade big going forward. Is there daily? There's not a daily loss limit on this, is there? Yeah. But it's a cool. It's a cool challenge. It's a unique approach to it, but they'll consistently roll end of the day drawdown for the win. Well, that's why ETF is. I mean, that's why my funded futures is the GOAT as far as end of the day drawdowns. You're 3 days in the futures desk, loving it. Futures desk is like our newest friend in our circle. Futures desk is really, really cool. And I'm just starting to get familiar with them. And actually, according to them, they're using CQG. You should be able to trade their account through our platform and bring your data over, I think. So somebody needs to test it out for me with your futures desk. As a matter of fact, can you do that if you want, DFox? Can you take your CQG login? Can you ask them for a CQG login and tell me if it works? Because we have CQG capabilities. And I've talked to the developers and they seem to have the right API. It technically should work here. So let me know if you can log into your account here. Ooh, Tradeify is better because every day isn't good trading conditions. Yeah, it's like, you know, ETF is really exploring their straight to funded program and making changes to really make it palatable for a lot of people. And they've already made some sweeping changes because I sat down with Kanwal and the owner of the company and the leaders there, and we had a bunch of powwows to talk about, you know, the structure of some of their accounts, and they really listen to our community. As a matter of fact, you guys can thank this community, me and the members and leaders here who met with them, for the changes to their DTF program and their static program. We basically coached them on static being their best product, so they went and made it better. This is what's cool about our community, is that as we're growing, we're starting to get a lot of pull with some of these prop firms. And a lot of them are listening to like our suggestions. So we're actually trying to make it better for you guys. So ETF, the consistency rule is a little wonky and different. I've been trying to tell them that, you know, we like it the other way, but I'll put that feedback to them, Tyler. Because am I going for 22,500 today? I think so. I think it's possible. We got some pivot targets up at the top. I've been looking for 651 is my upper yellow line target today. And boy, I would still be long this holding all day if I can make more money. I'm just capped out. Let me try to double check. You know, this month, let me go see how much I have made in payouts this month. Just gonna give you guys a little. How much have I made this month in payouts? And I'm not doing that many prop firms. Oh. How much are you doing payouts here? I've taken, where is it? They're not jotting it down. 3,000 funded next, 12,000 Tradeify. Hold on. Plus, how much should I take? Like 5,000. I took 5,000 for my funded futures, fund next Tradeify. It was 8,000. Yeah. 28,000 this month in payouts. That's not bad. I'm loving my funded futures live account. Live accounts are fun. No risk, you know. Oh, well, no risk to me. My live account with Tradeify yet? Not yet. Brett teased me online with it. I want him to push me early. Like, that's what I'm trying. My goal was to try to like push so hard that they move me early. They decide they don't want to pay me out and just move me early. That was my goal. And they didn't move me early, not yet. But Brett did tease it. I haven't stored it here. Like I tweeted it. So right here, I showed off one of my accounts that had made 50 grand. And this is just one of the accounts. And I have 5 of them. And then I posted it on June. And then Brett said, it's time with the live. And I was like, well, hopefully they move me sooner before I have to go get 80K payouts. I'd rather go straight to live without the payouts. I don't really want the money. I just want the prize. Daddy wants the live account. It'll be my 3rd live account. Then I could finally move on to trading Top Step. But I think that they're going to probably still make me go through the standard, which is I have to make 80K in payouts. And I'm close to... I'm more than halfway there. So. No rules in my funded futures. Why does EDF charge monthly for DZF accounts? You have to ask them. I think ES will continue to go up. Yeah, I do think the bull market's back for good. VIX is below contango midpoint, so we have a nice, clean, non-volatile market. No fading, no selling, no shorting, nothing. The fact that Iran-Israel stuff is sort of settled out. We're back to the same old trade war, Fed stuff. If you VIX in decay, there's no volatility. This market is back on path to being bullish. There's no fear of this not continuing to rally and go. We could see 24,000 by the summer as long as things get pretty, by the end of the summer, as long as things sort of stabilize out. There's no more bear market. The VIX forward curve rolled over. We rolled over VIX with the flat forward curve, and then we're crushing through that volatility at 21 VIX futures, which just basically means we overpriced volatility. And this month there is none. This is going to be a clean bull trading month again, just like May was. I'll be excited about it. Wake up to those bull long setups every day. So is it one time for DTF? Yeah, that's what I was wondering why somebody said it was monthly. Most of your directive funded is like a one-time payment. You don't understand why I'm not in a live account if you're making that kind of cash with them. So let me explain it to you. So the way the rules are is you take 80K in payouts. It's different than making a balance of 80K. 80K payouts, which means you got to take the money out. And the way that works is that each account can only take $3,000 for the first 4 payments each 10 days. So every 10 days, if I qualify with consistency, I can take 3 grand out. So since I've been doing this in February, I've been taking $3,000 payouts over and over and over and over again, probably like 15 times by now. And I got to work my way up to this balance, and then they push me to live. This is the rule they have. So right now I'm sitting on $148,000 balance plus whatever I made today, which is now going to put it closer to 158. So I'm sitting there on $148,000 balance, but having to inch my accounts forward to get the payouts every 10 days. So with Tradeify, you have to get your number of payouts, and then they take the remaining balance. They put you into one trading account at 20,000. They pay you out a lump sum for the rest. So if I get to 80K, and you can only take 100K max. So if I get to 80K and then they give me the 20K, then I make the 20K. If Brett pushes me there early, which I was trying to hope that he would do, I could get like whatever the remainder is, 30K or whatever I have left in a lump sum, and then 20K to live. So with Tradeify, I have $150,000 balance, but I don't have $150,000 in my pocket. I've only taken like 50, probably 40, 50K of payouts. I'm around the halfway point with them. Hopefully that makes sense, Trim. Yeah. I just accrued a big fat balance, and then now I'm fighting for consistency. Now I'm trying to make small trades to bring the consistency down so I can finally start taking regular payouts with this and then maintain the balance so they don't ever blow up, and they don't ever blow up. So that was my rule, to like move really quick out the door and then slow down and just take payouts on a schedule. So I'm not paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for eval accounts. I've been babysitting these since February. It's a fantastic return on investment. that account that Brett was mentioning, in case you noticed, I've been trading it for 58 days. I made this account survive from the get-go. You see set right here? I just posted one of the accounts. Most of them have been open for this long. This was in June, so this account's been open for 4 months. Right out the door. I just took it and took it to profit. Who do I use for internet? Who do I use for my data feeds? I don't understand for what data. Yeah, the monthly fee is not for the direct to funded with ETF, if I remember correctly. Ugh, I'm tired. All right. I've been looking on YouTube also. Hold on, let me find something really quick. I've been watching on YouTube. Honestly, I don't know how many, this is like really starting to piss me off. There are so many streamers out there. It's crazy. Like, I don't even know where they come from. Look at this loser that I found. You see this guy right here? Like, who the fuck does he think he is? Look at this guy. Look how cool I am with all my tattoos in my hat. Look at this. Look at this. What a boring. Look at him drinking water. What do you think? He's cool or something? Whatever.
This is a whole bunch of chop. This is nothing good.
That's Tyler, by the way, if you guys don't know. This is Tyler. He also, by the way, you got that's funny. Do you have Tyler, dude, do you have like the do you have the blue water bottle from do you get up at 4 a.m. with your blue water bottle?
And they would like to partner with us.
And rub a banana on your face?
We're looking good. Trading. I'm ignoring the dots indicator on the 2-day. I'm relying on it solely right now based off of the 1 minute. I see that we had this was a big trade.
Hydrate. Gotta hydrate, man. Keep your voice good.
Is that I really would have liked.
Is it the Saratoga water?
Here.
Is it actually any good though?
Stop. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. You guys that know, y'all gotta go follow Tyler, of course. Like, if you really want to learn how to blow up an account really fast, you gotta follow this guy. Hold on. You gotta hydrate. IDOC and I secretly kind of watch your streams every once in a while, like when we're not streaming, but mostly because we're like we should help him with this setup. But then it looks good now, so. The Saratoga water, is it delicious? I've been meaning to try it. Like ever since it got popular, my grocery store started putting it on the end cap. So they're like really capitalizing on the meme. I should know as a chemical engineer. Yeah, definitely true. Wait, you have a guy now? Is that why it got like really good overnight? It still looks really a lot better. You gotta have a guy. Streaming, the look of a stream is everything. I feel like the artistry of it is like you're a made man now. That's good. That's good. All right. So I think, guys, today I don't think we're gonna really do much. We're going into the MOC in about 30 minutes here. Honestly, you guys, we can probably just chill, call it. I gotta go boot camp in an hour. Let me see what's going on here. I can just chill with you guys, but I don't think there's nothing else. I can't make any more trades. I don't think the market's going to sell off into the day. I think we maintain. I think we still have some really good path to go. We might have a nice big fat green candle tomorrow too. At least normally when you're testing all-time highs, it usually will pierce all-time highs and then the next day tries to sell. And then usually you can take off from there. It's kind of normal. Be careful when we break through all-time highs to not chase along the market. Let it pull back if you can. Bum, 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 bum. Tyler, what hours are you streaming now? Are you still just doing that 1 hour in the morning, or are you streaming longer? Just at 9:30. Oh, okay, cool. Cool. All right, I'll be back. I'll go to the bathroom. I'll be back. I'll be back in like a minute. All right, we're back. You gotta shut the door though. Hold on. All right, we're back. We need something for you to do. When is the carpenter people coming tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah.
What time?
3 to 6, but I don't know when Best Buy is coming. They said that they communicated that to you.
Oh shit, I forgot.
Thursday.
I forgot. All right. Yeah, so I got like a huge thing. I went and got a... Dude, I just went and dropped 25G on some new shit for the house. I went and got a whole new surround sound system in ceiling speakers. I went and got a brand new Samsung 83-inch quantum dot to the 83-inch TV, so a bigger one. Mine's 75 now. We're gonna move the 75 upstairs. I got like a new receiver, a giant subwoofer, in ceiling speakers, giant surround sound system for the downstairs. Finally, I have like we've just been watching from the TV speakers, but I've been always meaning to get like a good sound system. I just never had the time to do it. And then she hired a bunch of carpenters to come out and build us all kind of custom stuff. We're gonna get like this giant custom entertainment center, maybe at the fireplace with a wall. We just bought this house and we haven't really spent any time decking it out. So now we're kind of like, all right, let's deck it out a little bit. What's the most I made in prop firms in a single payout? That's a good question. Tradeify capture payout. I've only been in prop firms for a little bit of time. I think my biggest single payout was in my ETF live account. I took a $15,000 payout with them. I think it was the biggest one. Tradeify caps you at 3 per account. Funded Next, all the payouts I've made were roughly 3 to 4K each. Maybe the 15K I think is the biggest one, yeah. You come renovate the house? What would you come do, man? Want a house tour? Yeah, we gotta do it sometime. But yeah, dude, I went to Best Buy and I went ham because, you know me, I have to buy best of the best equipment always. And my sound system was like, I mean, I have like a really okay receiver and a subwoofer and then the TV sound. That's it. I haven't invested any time in doing it. And I was finally like, okay, now that we have a house, let's do some big boy stuff. I guess everything is just so fucking expensive. Everything that I went to buy from them, it was like, he's like, add this to the list, add this list. Everything he put on the damn list was like 3,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Pair of speakers, 3,000 for 2. Wait, what? 4 speakers, $6,000. What? It's so expensive. Owning a home is so expensive. What's the best straight to funded prop firm? Z Rooney, I would say right now. Tradeify is probably the best. ETF is second best, and Funded Next is making one, and we'll see what their stuff is when they come out with it. You renovate homes? I mean, where are you at, Todd? Are you in Texas? I mean, Houston? I don't spend a lot of money on stuff. This is why this is a big deal. I'm very like, okay, let me start over. I spend a lot of money on investments and investing in things. I don't necessarily go out there and like blow a lot of money on like luxury items to have. I don't go out and buy like thousands of Rolexes and you know, I have my really nice house, really nice car, whatever. That's it. I kind of like don't really splurge on myself a lot. So this is like why it's a big deal. It's, you know, as well off as I've always been, I've never really like gone out there and just sunk money into all kind of fun luxury things. I like to invest my money and make more money with it. That's what I think is fun. But so this is the one time I'm just splurging straight cash. But it's going to be cool because now we can watch movies and have the house rattle and piss off the neighbors. I'm kind of okay with that. You're in Georgia? Oh man, that sucks. How do I qualify? How do I qualify for a loan? Well, dear, how you started trading and what was your journey? I started trading when I was in my 20s. Like I started in 2010. I was a chemical engineer. I got laid off from my job in the financial crisis when they let go of half of the plant. And I took my severance package and started trading with it. Struggled for about 5 years, working part-time, working contract, trading, going back and forth between the two. Make money, blow it, make money, blow it. And then slowly like started learning a little bit of the ropes. And then about 5 years in is about when I started feeling consistent enough to take a stab at it full time. And now, mind you, at the time, there wasn't like now everyone wants to be full-time trader because they want to have a Discord and they want to have community. They want to make all this extra affiliate money. Back then, there was no glory in it. There was no Discord communities. There was no anything. I was one of the first YouTube streamers in the world streaming futures. Me, Trace Matt, and Pat Whelan were like the only 3 people that even did futures. And all of us started about 10 years ago. And like early on, it was like you just traded to make money as a trader. There wasn't any ulterior motive. So my desire was like, I want to be good at this and I want to learn how to do it. And I got to the point where I thought I was getting good enough to do this full time. I think I can risk my own career to do this full time. And then I stopped working for good and then I just stuck with it. And as the years went by, I started growing a following. I was one of the moderators for Wall Street Bets. If you guys know the subreddit. Most people don't know that. I was a mod on Wall Street Bets for a couple years early on. I also co-ran our stock market and our investing. So those are the 3 biggest investing subreddits. I used to be a leader in all 3 of them. And so that's where I started my first trading community out of, because I made a Slack channel. And a lot of the people over there kind of was trading oil at the time, were oil traders, and they kind of liked my style. And we just started like a tiny little unmonetized community. And then I started making stuff like, you guys know the risk interval now. I created the risk interval and I had this Google sheet that I shared it with everybody with. And then, you know, it was kind of like this thing that we made. And then we started building a website around some tools that we were all making to share with each other. And then the community was born out of building tools. And then fast forward a decade later, we got a trading platform. That's kind of where it started. Journey was that, basically that. What time did I start streaming in the morning? 1 hour pre-market, Chris. 8:30 Eastern. All right, trading futures prior to market open. Yes, I am. Wall Street Bets is what I've got you started on your journey. Oh, that's cool. So Michael, yeah, an hour pre-market. You found Pat like a long time ago? Yeah. Before all that stuff. Funded Next has one now for CFD bearing bulls. So Funded Next, they told me that their straight to funded for futures comes out on July the 1st. There's no details on it yet, but I'm pretty sure I'll get the early scoop from these guys. And I'll let you guys know as soon as I can the details of it. I told him to let me leak it early. We'll see what he says. I texted him this morning. I was like, hey, let me leak the details to my community so we get an early start. We'll see if he bites. Is it possible to make 20K a month in prop firm trading? Yeah, it's very possible. A lot of people I know do it if you're good at trading. It's very possible. What indicator is this with lines at the bottom? This is called the resilience indicator. This is something that we made that tracks what all the stocks are doing in kind of one bite. One of them is a gap fill predictor on the stocks. One of them is a hedge gamma exposure predictor for weekly, and one of them is for monthly for stocks. So the example is if I'm trading the S&P, right? S&P right here. If I'm trading the S&P and the S&P is gapped up, SPY is gapped up, and SPY is like filling its gap a little bit, this white line will tell you that the stocks have not filled their gap, so the gap didn't fade, the gap held and continues to go. So this white line is a gap fill predictor, which was always above 0, which is the stash line, which means the S&P is likely to hold above its stash line. The blue is the same thing for blue, and the orange, same thing for yellow. So each one of these colored lines is the tiebreaker at each one of these points based on what the index and stocks are doing together. If the index were somehow to fall to weekly hedge pressure, which is gamma exposure level on weeklies, if this blue line is above 0, then the stocks are above this relative to their own positioning. So the index is likely to not crash out if the stocks aren't doing it. Oh, that makes sense. So somebody says 20K and how many accounts? Right. It depends on what you're willing to invest. Like, you know, with Tradeify at best with 5 accounts at 15,000 per every 10 days, every single month, I can technically make 30,000 at max performance just in Tradeify alone. If I max out, clearly I don't max out the payout. They're all on kind of different schedules, but it's very possible to make 20K a month in prop firm trading if you're consistent and good. There are many people I know that make 100 to 200K a month trading prop firms consistently. Now that's before taxes and fees and all that, but net they pull down a pretty significant amount. Very clean and compared to other very dirty and disturbing Dominican with disrespect and all that stuff. Well, thank you. Our community is more of a, like, I call us like a fancy library. Our community is very cool. It's like people there willing to learn and wanting to learn and share stuff. It's not a lot of like memes and crap and, you know, people just stinking up the place. What are my top 3 prop firms? I would say My Funded Futures is the best prop account you can buy, period. Their expert account is top of the line. Second, I'd say Tradeify with their straight to funded. And when Funded Next did have its no DLL, that one was top 3 as well. But I'd say now, all the ones on my screen are top 3. I would say that between MFF, then Tradeify, and then I would say take profit. So MFF, end of the day, Tradeify, straight to funded, take profit, trailing drawdown. Top 3. The only exception of all of those 3 is that take profit, I don't use them because I don't like trailing drawdown personally. I don't use them. But top 3 as far as their offerings go and the popularity of them. Take profit's probably the one that this community uses the most, to be honest. What's my opinion of take profit? Top tier. That's the most popular one here. If you were to compare like how much our code is used, take profit is bigger than the next 2 combined. That's how big it is. What's wrong with Top Step? Nothing. Top Step has a 50% consistency on their eval. My Funded Futures doesn't. So My Funded Futures is better than Top Step for the same type of account. By far the most respectable community you've ever found. Thank you. Appreciate it. Is there a new goal that I aspire to once I've achieved my 150K with Tradeify? Well, the next one is actually to go live with Tradeify. So I need to trade small to get payouts. That's one thing I need to do until Brett pushes me live. I think the next thing I might do is try to get on the top sub leaderboard. Try what I'll do next. Just to do it. Currently have 4+ trading more than 50 prop accounts. Hard to find a clean community. We're one of the biggest ones out there, and also pretty, I'd say pretty clean and chill. There's not a lot of, the craziest part about our community is I've been in so many Discords over my life and just looked at, you know, it's always like, sometimes they're just like people just toxic, yelling at each other, mod spanning people left and right. I'm going to tell you something. Our Discord very rarely has moderators doing anything, and nobody breaks the rules. We've somehow created this magic recipe over there. There's a super clean, super informative, super chill Discord that I never get called into police. Like the mods are never like, Matt, we got a situation. It's very rare. So for whatever recipe that we've made, the community, I have to say, I'm very fortunate that we have such a mature, fun, chill community without it being like, for whatever reason, toxic people don't find their way over here. We never really see it. Do I only use static accounts? I would, if I had the choice, choose a static with most firms if they had it. But mostly for me, I use end of the day drawdown accounts or straight to funded. But statics are good too. ETF has a fantastic static account. I would absolutely be trading it if I wasn't already live with them. When you're live with them, actually, they do have a rehab program now that if you're live with ETF, you can go back and still trade your evals again. Oh yeah, they do have that new program. I guess I could try it. Straight to funded, you can make the most money. No, straight to funded, you make the least money. But it's consistent. Straight to funded, think of it like this. Straight to funded is a little more expensive, but you get to your profit target faster. There's usually capped profits, and it takes you have to usually have a window or a schedule. Think of like straight to funded as I'm going to like 5x my money or 10x my money, and that's it, no more. It's consistent, it's easiest because there's fewer rules, fewer steps, fewer days in market, but it's capped. If you want the biggest profit, you got to go the riskiest route, which is usually the cheaper, uncapped apex level of trading. So straight to funded is actually the least amount of money. Funded Next is having a problem with your IP address to go from a challenge to a funded account. Listen, you need to tell people, listen, at Funded Next, all you need to do is mention my name, okay? You tell the people at Funded Next that you're with me and they got you. That's all you need to say. That you came from Rocket Scooter. You came from Matt. They have like this standing note that anybody from our community gets shuffled to the front of the line. Or send me in Discord, or actually send Slacks in Discord your issue, and he'll take care of it for you. We have direct dialogue with the owners of Funded Next, so we'll get you guys taken care of. Tyler gets a little hand. Yeah, he's the only toxic part of the community. Just kidding. It's because you don't encourage the degens. Yeah, I don't. Like, I don't. And it's kind of crazy because, like, even if somebody gets out of hand and people say, like, Matt, this guy's like saying this in chat, unless they're doing something outright disrespectful, like, you know, religious or political stuff, or like, you know, hate speech or whatever, yeah, we'll step in and ban somebody without a doubt. Just quietly, cleanly get them out. But usually people argue and bicker with each other, and one person complains to me. The person that complains to me is like, I don't like this person says something, and I say, well, toughen up, quit being a wuss. And I treat it like that. And then people are just, I'm just like, it's Wall Street, man. It's like tough skin, get used to it. Like, okay, you guys are fighting, just start getting along, who cares? And so because we don't go out there and like try to police people and tell them, you know, stop fighting, make a big deal out of it, you guys behave, I just quietly tell people just to toughen up and deal with it. It's trading, emotions are high, just, you guys get along. And people just tend to be, they understand that, and they're like, yeah, you're right. Because we just have like a, we don't sugarcoat things, we don't babysit people, we don't hold people's hands. I don't care to deal with crybabies. If you, like, if somebody's like making you upset and you're crying about it, you're crying to me about it, I usually tell you I don't really care. Are you here to learn? It's Wall Street, you gotta toughen up. Emotions run high, get over it. And and people usually are cool with that. They're like, they want to, you know, a lot of times people are just like, can you ban this guy? I don't like him. We don't cater. Like, I'm the opposite of a company that caters to the squeakiest wheel. And we haven't, and it's created a cool culture in our community where people are just kind of like respectful to each other. Because people know we're not going to do anything. We don't care. Talk how you want, be how you want. Just don't outright be disrespectful to people in a offending way or an offensive way, or like a, you know, no religious, racist, none of that kind of stuff is tolerated. But like in general, if two people are bickering or causing trouble, nobody gives a shit. I just tell both of them, like, you guys calm down, you know, get over it, get back to work. And people are cool. Every once in a while I made an example and they shake hands and get back to it. They usually apologize. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I was emotions high. I had a bad trading day. And, oh, it's cool, dude. I get it. And people just understand that emotions are high. We're not in like a, oh my God, we have to pretend everyone's perfect. We're going to lose business if we got to cater to everybody. I literally cater to nobody. And I think that's a great business model for Wall Street. Works. Today, emotions took over several days of strong discipline, took multiple trades outside of your strategy and plan, resulting in avoidable losses. What advice do you have? The advice I have is to listen to exactly what you just told me and find out which of those things you did was the one that caused you the worst feeling, and then start there and work backwards. If emotions took over, which emotion and why? You basically answered your own question, Shane, right? It happens, dude. Sometimes you just lose control. Your emotions, you start trading in a wild sense and you just lose control. It's usually the first trade that starts that chain reaction of all the bad trades that follow. You did something bad, then you overcompensated, did something worse, overcompensated, something worse. And usually you just find out what triggered you to do something bad. Chances are, for most times, I don't even know what you did, but I'll tell you what you did. You probably took a trade. You probably tried to short or fade this. You probably broke through your stop. You probably saw it chop a little. Well, you probably moved your stop. You probably bag out a little bit. You probably reversed your position and jumped long, probably at a peak. Then market turned around and went against you and dropped, and then you shorted again, and then it went against you and went long. Something like that, right? Did you flip-flop a bunch? I don't know what you did, but usually when I hear something like that on a clean day like this, a lot of times people flip-flop, and I'm just reading through the lines. Did you try to short here, then try to long here, and lose both those trades, then try to short there again, and then bust up? Is that you? One of the things they teach in the boot camp is not to flip-flop. If you try to short and you're wrong, just be wrong with it. And then don't be like, well, let me make it back. Just be okay with taking your loss and then waiting till the next day. That usually happens. If you didn't get a free eval after MFF, no, it's after you pass your MFF, Rooney. So after you pass your eval and go funded, then they give you a free eval as a prize. Yeah, your job is to wait, not to trade, T McShane. Yeah, as Tom says, you only have to go that experience like 300 times before it sinks in. Chances are, if you had an emotional battle today on a straight day, clearly you got the trade wrong. But even getting the trade wrong in bag holding is an emotional battle. It's like it hurts the more you bag hold. The answer to that is if you're just shorting and holding the whole way up, make sure you set a stop and stick to it. Don't just hope it turns around. A lot of times the emotional battle from that comes from you bet too big, and then your loss just got so big you got a deer in the headlights and you froze up. Just make sure you maintain your betting discipline and bet smaller. The other thing is you probably flip-flop in the chop, and so get used to not flip-flopping. I don't. If I try to long the market and it sells off, you will never see me be like, okay, let me jump in on the short. It'll be rare if I flip-flop. If my long structure breaks and falls apart, I'm usually like, I take my loss and I'm done. Are there other long setups to take? I don't usually flip-flop when the sentiment changes. I come back the next day. Hopefully that works. You found my content and been learning. You started on Friday learning, and then you are not trying to short a bull market. The very first class of the boot camp, people say is like this. Matt tells you short too much class. What a great day to like follow up after the boot camp, right? That first class. A day where shorting was all the signs were bullish, all the evidence was bullish, and the market never pulled back. Don't fight the market. All right, MOC in 4 minutes, guys. Algo kicks off and see what we got when we close out. I think we got a nice, tidy little play here. Probably maintain this path above DD band. Even if it does sell, we probably don't fall below here. Should be good for the rest of the day. Yeah, what a clean trading day, though. Yeah, even after all this overnight movement, people come in like, let me try to fade this, right? And even at the high, I was longing. That's my training, right? I teach you guys how to make that guess. Can I join the Zoom call late? Yeah, you can show up late, Levi. What a great class it was. I did try to short today, but only once. That's progress. Yeah, like if you do take a trade and it doesn't work out and you realize you're on the wrong side, you sit out. That's actually really good progress, because if I were to try to short and got stopped out, then I would have probably stayed on the sidelines too. If learning to take the trade that you want to take and getting it wrong and learning how to fall without breaking your neck is kind of like key to your growth. Ooh, yeah. All right, and we're off. 2 more minutes. All right. I'm gonna close out right when MSC kicks off, maybe a minute after, because I gotta prep for boot camp. No. Alrighty. Okay, MOC kicking off. Not really much movement here. Looks like probably going to sustain this high move. Nasdaq is going to close probably hopefully about 400 today. I think maybe sustain here. S&P closing above 36 maybe. If it were to fall to here, there's always a long trade setup off of that. But this close to close, they're probably not do anything. All right, guys, I got to prep for boot camp. On that note, I'm going to get out of here. Looks like it closed pretty high, but yeah, I streamed all day today again, like I always do. We'll see you guys in the morning, 8:30. We love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. RP Market, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Try to come early because we're going to do our giveaways a little earlier. If we can get 1,000 people in the channel before we get started. And I'm out. We'll see y'all later. Bye, friends.